I always consider myself someone who is tall, or that is what I thought. Back in my elementary years, I'm like the third tallest guy in my classes, combined with the other classes with the same generation. It makes me feel quite confident and just really happy in general. But I had this crush of mine back in the elementary years. When we reached 6th grader, she started to be taller than me, like a lot taller than me. Me and my crush were basically sitting down on the same desk, so I never really actually realized it before, until one time she asked me to compare our height. Yep, she is taller than me, and she teased me by saying, "Ha! You're so short." I got really sad and crying out and say, "Just you see, I'll be taller than you in years or two." Right around that time is actually the time we got into puberty. Girls got into puberty faster than guys, so I'm still holding them confident that I'm sure that I'll be taller than her. About a year passed, and now we're in our junior years. She and I was finally becoming a couple. What can I say to that? She's a crush of mine, and she sits literally beside me every single day. It's bound to happen that we become a couple. It's not always smooth sailing though. I'll talk about it more in the future videos. But back to the topic. So I asked her and I told her that I want to compare our height once again, after a long time. She agreed to that, and BAM! I am taller than her. So I told her, "You see? Now I am taller than you." And her reaction was like, "Oh yeah, I love tall guy." And I'm just like, So after surpassing her height, I always compare my height with the other guys in my school, who have the same age as me. I'm still about the third tallest guy. There is people who is much more taller than me, but they're not the same age as mine, so doesn't count. Few years after that, when I got into my senior years, I moved to another school, and that's when I got a slap of reality that I'm just okay. Not really that tall. A lot of my classmates is so goddamn tall. They're so tall that it reached to the point where if I want to talk with them, I have to tilt my head upward a bit. I lost my confidence. Why are the people around me so tall now? I slowly accept the reality that I'm not really that tall compared to the people who have the same age. But when I reach my senior years, when we have our underclassmen enroll in my school, they're even taller than us. What the f***?